Today, we dive into the chilling cases of Albert Fish, a man remembered as one of the most sadistic killers in American history. Beyond the legends and his twisted confessions, there were real children, real families, and real tragedies. From the heartbreaking story of Grace Budd to the unsolved disappearances of Emma Richardson, Robin Jane Lew, and many others, each case reveals the horrifying scope of the monster known as the Gray Man. These stories aren't just about crime, they are about innocence stolen and shadows that haunted a nation. Firstly, we talk about the most confirmed children, which are Grace Budd, Francis McDonnell, Billy Gaffney. Grace Budd, confirmed, 1928. Grace Budd's case is the most infamous, tied to Albert Fish. Pretending to be a wealthy farmer named Frank Howard, Fish befriended her family in New York. He offered a job to her brother Edward but instead asked if Grace could accompany him to a supposed birthday party. The Budds agreed, trusting the frail old man. Grace never came back. Years later, Fish sent the Budds a chilling letter confessing in horrifying detail how he murdered and cannibalized the young girl. Francis McDonnell, confirmed, 1924. 9-year-old Francis disappeared while playing outside near his Staten Island home. Witnesses recalled seeing him follow an elderly man who matched Fish's description. His body was later discovered in the woods, assaulted and strangled. Fish would confess years later, describing details only the killer could have known. This became one of his earliest known murders. Billy Gaffney, confirmed, 1927. 4-year-old Billy vanished while playing in a Brooklyn hallway with another child. That child later described his abductor as the Boogeyman, an old man with gray hair who led Billy away. Billy was never found. Fish later admitted to torturing and murdering him in one of the most graphic confessions in criminal history. Police sealed parts of his written statement because of its sheer brutality. Now let's talk about strongly suspected victims, which are Emma Richardson, Robin Jane Lew, Mary Ellen O'Connor, Benjamin Collins. Emma Richardson, suspected, 1926. 5-year-old Emma disappeared while walking home in Manhattan. A neighbor later reported seeing an elderly man talking to her before she vanished. Her body was found soon after, but the case was never solved. Although never confirmed, the crime bore disturbing similarities to Fish's methods, leading many investigators to believe Emma was another of his victims. Robin Jane Lew, suspected, 1930. Young Robin Jane Lew was abducted while playing outside her Bronx home. Witnesses described an older man in the area at the time, but no proof ever tied Fish directly. Later, Fish hinted at involvement during his confessions. Though unconfirmed, many historians and investigators suspect Robin may have been another life taken by him. Mary Ellen O'Connor, suspected, 1932. 16-year-old Mary Ellen O'Connor disappeared in Queens. Days later, her body was found in the woods, brutally assaulted. The killer's profile fit Fish's patterns, a frail old man who lured children and teenagers. Though police had no hard evidence at the time, Fish was later linked to the area and confessed privately to a priest that he had killed a girl in Queens. Many believe this was Mary Ellen. Benjamin Collins, suspected, 1910s. During his early years roaming New York, Fish claimed to have murdered a boy on Staten Island named Benjamin. Very little is known about this case, but Fish himself admitted it during questioning. Investigators could never confirm Benjamin's identity, but the confession suggested Fish's killing spree began long before the 1920s. The most disturbing point is there were more that he confessed. Fish claimed to have killed at least 100 children, though investigators doubted the full number. Many children from poor neighborhoods, orphanages, and streets of New York vanished during this time. Because records were poorly kept, and families in poverty often went unheard, many potential victims may never be known. These missing children became part of the terrifying mystery that surrounded Albert Fish. You are watching Twisted Truths, where we uncover the darkest corners of history. The cases of Albert Fish remind us that evil often hides in plain sight, a frail old man on the street, a kind voice at the door, a disguise of trust. Behind those masks, lives were shattered, and families were left with scars that time could never heal. But one haunting question remains: how many more victims were lost to the shadows of the Gray Man, never to be named, never to be found? Tell us your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for more stories where crimes are revealed and justice is sought.